to Amazon FBA success is truly inspiring. He now mentors entrepreneurs to build profitable Amazon private label businesses, focusing on actionable strategies for product selection, marketing, and scaling. Driven by a passion for giving back, Justin empowers others to break free from the 9-to-5 and achieve financial and time freedom. Prepare to be motivated by his story of resilience and his commitment to helping others succeed on Amazon. Welcome to the show, Justin.
Hey, thank you so much, Kyle, for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Where are you dialing in from?
From Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Okay. That's awesome. I wanted to start just because I know on your, especially on Instagram, you have like 150,000 followers, but right up front, you talk about 1% better every day. And so you emphasize that sort of mindset and the importance of mentorship. For an entrepreneur who might feel overwhelmed or lost, what are some actionable steps they can take today to implement that 1% better everyday philosophy?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, the reason why I put on my headline the 1% rule, which is 1% better every single day, because that is the single recipe that helped me lose a lot of weight and build my success. I used to weigh 225 pounds and I used to be broke. I used to be fat and living life in misery. And the habit that I used before was I wanted to go all in. Like what people telling me is you got to go all in. That New Year resolution, give it 100%. But that's why so many people fail. That's why so many people never see the physique that they always want, the success that they always want, because they take the wrong approach. Until I learned from my millionaire mentor is, hey, he pulled me over one day and said, hey, Justin, you see that the same experimenting, the same strategy that you've been using over and over has not yielded you a different result. Why don't you change the approach? Just like Albert Einstein shared. Insanity is expect a different outcome by doing the exact same experiments. That's why I'm starting to try his method. Every day I'm asking myself, how can I become just 1% more every single day? By just showing up at the gym, even just 1 minute. By showing up and work just an extra 1 hour on my business instead of like 5 to 8 hours a day. It's all compounding over time. And that is why they said compounding is the 8-word wonder by Warren Buffett, you know? That come down to that 1% rule. And that's why they call the rich people the 1% for a reason.
That's awesome. And so you learned that from a mentor that you had. Did this mentor come along after you started doing your own business, or was this before you decided to start your own business?
I would say that I learned from so many different mentors, but the mentor that gave me the knowledge that helped me to be where I am today, he came along as I was stuck in like a failure cycle. His name is Charlie Pham. He's another like Vietnamese immigrant who moved to the U.S. at the age of 8, and he always like selling drugs, and then he gave up that life to go into like a faith life driven, and now he's just like running multiple $1 million company, and he took me under his wing.
Oh, that's excellent. So, you transitioned from a traditional path, and you faced numerous setbacks in your early entrepreneurial efforts before succeeding with Amazon FBA. Can you share a specific moment or challenge that felt particularly difficult, and what was the key to persevering through it?
Yeah, the most difficult thing for me, I would say, is to get over my ego, get over the same setup habit, mindset, and the same environment. Because so many of us, yes, we do have the capability to break through, because you and me were born the same with hands and feet and brains, but it's just the environment that is hard for me to like sacrifice. But then there's a quote say that if you don't sacrifice for what you have, your dream will become a sacrifice, So to answer your question, it was to break the tie with my past.
Okay. And then, so let's talk about your entrepreneurial journey. You immigrated to the United States, and I'm sure you worked plenty of other jobs before you started your first business. So what were some of the jobs you had before you went into business for yourself?
Yeah, I worked for Toyota. I worked as a tutor in college. I also hauling stuff for people because I bought a truck as my very first car. I'm trying to find many different ways to make money. So I juggle a lot. I also do nails. Every kind of job that I know for sure I can make money, I'll do it, like legally, you know.
And then how did you get into to Amazon and Amazon, I guess, FBA and having your own kind of white label products?
Yeah, so it's very interesting that I knew about selling online on Amazon back in 2015. But during that time, I was listening to other people that selling online probably a scam. You may not make money off of it, and it's too saturated. So I was not giving in until 2017, where I felt like, okay, maybe it's a time. So I started with eBay first. I go around finding people garage sales stuff that I can list it on eBay. And the moment where the light bulb came is when I make my first sale on eBay, where I never met the customer, never talked to them, except they give me the money and I ship the product out to them. That's when my proof of concept is validated. That is not a scam, that is a legitimate business, and there is money there. Many of us stuck in the analysis paralysis because we don't take action fast enough. We are afraid of failures, you know, and that was me. I was afraid of failures because I failed so many times that I miscount. So once I able to get that proof of concept done, that's when I start diving into gradually into the world of e-commerce, and eventually late of 2018, that's when I started to give my shop with Amazon.
Okay, and what were some of the first products that you started selling there?
Yeah, so my very first product, I failed on my first product. In fact, I lost like close to almost like $10,000 worth of product cost and opportunity cost because I dedicate so much time to that project. And that product was fake eyelashes that I bought from China for a penny to $1. But the takeaway lesson for me was that I cannot do the exact same thing as other people and expect to make money, because there are people that like the OG in the eyelashes. So why the customer have to buy from me? Meanwhile, they have other better option from product that have reputation from different seller, you know. So those are my very first failed products, and I was stuck in a loops. That's when my mentor came along and said, hey, why don't you change different approach?
And what did you do differently then going forward?
Yeah, I starting to think not from a standpoint of a seller rather than from a customer standpoint. Because for me, when I first started, I always, how can I make the most amount of money? But if you take a look at all the big companies, they are customer centric. Even on Amazon, customer always first. So when I started changing my mindset from how can I better serve a customer? How can I make their life better with my product, give them a good deal so that they can always come back to buy my product and prefer friend and family? That's when everything changed. And that's what I learned from my mentor, and the business starting to take off. My first year, I did about $235,000, and profit was about 30% off of it, while working for like, I would say about 1 hour to 2 hours a day. And that moment is starting to like, how can I do more? Because now I know how to make my first 6-figure on Amazon. And then my mentor said, hey, congratulations, you know how to make your first 6-figure. Now continue, double down. Just like driving a car. If you learn how to drive a car, and you can drive from A to B, so that means you can drive from A to C, C to D, and E to F eventually if you double down. And that's giving confidence into continuously reinvesting into my business and think long term.
Okay, and so you were working 1 to 2 hours a day, but did you have another job, or was this your focus for
I
your
still
job?
have a 9 to 5 job because I was wanting to quit my jobs, but then my mentor told me, hey Justin, this is another mentor that I have to. Hey Justin, write out the pro and cons before you start quitting your 9 to 5 job, because right now you need money coming in for you to feeding this business. So by quitting 9 to 5 job, don't do it because it's not as glamorous as what you heard online. People just quit that 9 to 5 job, high 6 figure, all in. You're not that case. You're not special. that he says that you're not special, Justin. So work in a 9 to 5 job, but do not overwork at your 9 to 5 job that you have no time on this business.
That makes
So
sense.
I still have a 9 to 5 job, still make some money, but I dedicated time blocking. And then my boss wanted me to work more, but I always come up with excuses because if I would have say yes to him, I say no to my building my future.
And then, so this is 2018 where you made 235,000.
The end of 2019, that's when
19.
the tax return came in. Fun fact, I have my tax return on my Instagram. I document my entire journey.
That's awesome. Every year you put it
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. We'll have to go check it out. So I know today is tax day here in America. So what does it look like this year? So fast forward, let's see, that'd be 6 years, 5 years later from 2019.
Yeah.
What does this past year look like for you?
Yeah, I can show you some number right here. So this is one of my store right here. $731,000 for the past 12 months.
Nice.
There's so many guru out there, they don't have number. For me, I do. So you can validate it yourself. $423,000. This is another store. I also have other businesses and real estate. But so far this year, we brought in about 2 to 2.5.
That's awesome. And so so those two stores that you just showed the numbers on, what are you selling on each of those stores?
Yeah, so for me, I always recommend my student, including myself, is to revolve around product that are within these four: education, beauty industry, health industry, and recreation industry, like pet and home and garden. Because those four industries, you have a ton of different products that consider as essential for human existence. Who doesn't want to look beautiful? Who doesn't want to have health? Who doesn't want to continue education? Who doesn't want to have fun in life? So to give you very specific product, I would say, for me, I'm in the educational space, and I'm in like the recreational. So I sell quite a bit of different product. And the store that I share with you, each of them have like 2 to 3 product maximum.
Okay. And is this a situation, and a lot of people, and I've never run an Amazon store either, so you're gonna have to educate me as well. But so is this a situation where you are listing things on Amazon and people are buying them from Amazon and Amazon shipping them, or is another company drop shipping them from somewhere else?
Yeah, I got this question a lot, and I want to share this is that on Amazon, they have, for me personally, what I do, they call it private labeling. Basically, we are private label a product. In other industry, they call it white label. You buy a product from a manufacturer overseas, you put your logo on it, and you ship it directly to Amazon warehouse, and then you do digital marketing. And when a customer make a purchase, Amazon do all the fulfillments, all the customer service, and for you, the only job that you need is project management and digital marketing. That's why Amazon, like us, seller, we're able to travel very freely, and we can work almost like everywhere. And fun fact that I lived 6 months here, 6 months in Asia, because you know that there is a conversion between the dollar that could be like 3 times more in Asia. You can do a lot more in Asia. So that is another hack that us as Amazon seller able to leverage while working remotely thanks to Amazon FBA. So to answer your question, we don't do drop shipping. We store the product in Amazon warehouse, and we just leveraging them, their whole ecosystem for us to grow.
Okay. And so to get your label on that product that someone else has made, does the company who makes it put your label on it, or does it come to you? You have to put the label on it, and then you have to send it to Amazon.
Yeah, so a lot of the time the manufacturers have the capability to put the logo on your product for you straight in the manufacturers, and you just have to request it, and you can go for as low as 100 units, 200 units to put your logo on it. Many misconception is that people think that you need to order thousands of units for you, people to put logo on your product. No, you can order as low as 100, 200 units and have your manufacturer to do that for you as a minimal cost, maybe about 20 cents, 30 cents.
Okay. All right. And then I guess what are some of the ways that you're doing digital marketing, or what are the channels that you're focused on doing digital marketing for these products?
Yeah, so very interesting is that a lot of people, they hate Amazon. They say Amazon is just like strict. You don't want to sell on Amazon. There's so many restrictions. Earlier, I was watching a guy. He was just bashing Amazon so much, and he telling people to go and create their own store outside of Amazon. Yes, you can do that, but remember, at first nobody know you, and many businesses, they struggle with creating, like, fighting customer. Amazon is already laid up with 300 million customers worldwide, and they have marketplace in different countries that you can tap in. America is the #1 marketplace. Last year, Amazon did $630 billion in total revenue last year. It's a huge layup. And to answer your question is that I would say that starting an Amazon, my strategy, okay, this is my strategy that I teach my students and people that are tuning in, as well as use Amazon, leveraging Amazon ecosystem as a launch pad for you to get customer. Because on Amazon it's so easy. You just have the right product. People are just gonna look up a keyword and they see your product, they see good price, good images, they just buy it. We call it organic ranking, which is reputation. So use Amazon as a leverage, build cash flow, and build up your brand, and eventually build an email list, build a website. When a customer make a purchase of your product, put a small card, incentivize them to visit your website to claim a free gift. And then you will be able to collect those emails, and now you have a customer for lifetime values. You can offer them similar products in your website. So you have a funnel, lead funnel from Amazon over to your website, and that's how you build up your brand. And eventually, the end goal that I want to share with everyone here, including myself, I've sold 2 brands in the past. One did about $4 million a year. The other one did about $1 million a year. I sold those companies for a very sweet payout, very humble payout. And the game here that I want to share with people is use Amazon as a launch pad. When you small, like mid-size, build outside of Amazon to your Shopify, so that way you can create your omnipresence. Not just Amazon, but also outside. Use other social media channel to market your product and eventually sell it as a bundle to investor. You can also sell it on the website called Empire Flippers. That is like the OG of Amazon businesses, buy and sell. And you can sell for a really good payout.
What was the website again?
Empire Flippers.
EmpireFlippers.com?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll put the links to these sites in the show notes as well. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And then, so I guess my question to you is, you've moved part of your time you're spending now being a mentor and a coach and offering lessons of how to do this, how to build an Amazon business. Can you talk about that and how you got into that?
Absolutely. So for me, I always been liking to help people, because in my past, my background, I was a tutor in college. I tutoring science, math, and physics. And of course, I'm Asian, so I'm supposed to be good at it. But I'm able to transfer the strategy that we use in Asia. Like for me, I don't do math like in America. They have to make you draw different block and then do the math together. In Asia, we teach you how from A to Z in a short amount of time as much as possible. So compress the time, get the result.
Okay.
Yeah. So I moved that knowledge over to teach people here in my college, and a lot of people get A's, as well as I mentors kids to get scholarship too. And that kind of make me feel like, oh wow, I can actually contribute something in this world. I don't feel like I live cluelessly. I live with a purpose. And when I started my Amazon business, it's the same way. I'm starting to see success, and then there are people that came to me because I openly share my journey. People came and said, "Hey, I got this guru right here. They took my money. They didn't even teach me at all. They overpromised, but they never deliver. I bought in this course. This guy, he just gave me a bunch of basic information that I can easily YouTube, and now I'm stuck. How can you help me, Justin?" So one of the very good story is I helped someone who live in Australia but sell in the US market, went from in debt with like product that cannot be sold because nobody want to buy his product to $500,000 in 30 days doing Q4 by picking the right product, the right digital marketing. And that's how I'm able to start sparking that passion again of teaching people. And that's why we starting to open more. And now my mentorship is not, this is my vision for Amazon Shifu. Shifu is a university in the future. Amazon gonna be one channel that I know that I'm good at, but in the future I'm gonna invite different mentor that know about every different industry to come in and teach and share knowledge so that we have a place for people to trust and to learn. So that way people don't get their dream burned by the guru out there. And again, I'm not perfect. In my coaching program, I'm always improving, but I know for sure that I put my customer first. The same philosophy when I apply to my Amazon business.
Okay. That's great. And back to digital marketing just one more time. So can you place ads on Amazon, or, when you see sponsored, when someone searches for something, you see a sponsored post. Is that the digital marketing that you're doing using Amazon's own ad kind of network?
Yeah. So Amazon ad network is, they call it Amazon PPC, which is pay per click. You pay Amazon to show your product. And whenever someone click on that sponsor listing, you pay Amazon. And it's very simple. It's not really that hard. If you were to run Facebook ad before or Google ad, it's almost similar, because Amazon is a search engine, and Amazon just want to show the most relevant product to the people who are searching for it. So yes, to answer your question, yes, Amazon has its own marketing platform, and that is one of the leverage. But for me, I built most of my company not just using Amazon. We also use influencer marketing. We use SEO on Google and like blog posts, and same on Reddit to make sure that people starting to search up for different keyword, and eventually they funnel back into us. That is the difference between us and other guru out there, is we use so many different tools to draw all the marketing back to the Amazon channel, and eventually that funnel back into our website eventually.
Okay, so if someone buys on Amazon, you can't access that customer information. That's why you have to put some kind of card or something in the product for them to go sign up or go to your website, and then you can start the relationship there. Is that how it works?
Exactly. That's exactly how it works. Because many people, they complain, oh, Amazon, they don't share with you customer information. It's true, because Amazon, they want you to sell on there, but it doesn't mean you don't have the power to incentivize the customer to go into your website. And that is one of the powerful tips to help you improve and increase your brand values as well as revenue. Because I do sell on Shopify as well. And let's say my Amazon sale is, let's say, $1 million to $2 million a year. My Shopify at least $500,000 a year. That is another income stream from the same product, same brand. And you can also sell the same product on Etsy as well. Because there may be people who doesn't like to shop on Amazon, but they has been like a frequent shopper on Etsy. They still will be able to buy your product on Etsy too.
Okay.
So multiple income stream, brand value increase. You can sell your brand at a really good multiple.
And then when you're selling on Shopify, is it drop shipped from the manufacturer, or how does the Shopify store work?
Yeah. So with the Shopify store, here's a few things that you can do. First, you can do like multi-channel fulfillment. Amazon offer that as well. That's number one, for you to fulfill the products. Number two, you can use a third party fulfillment center to help you to do all that fulfillment. Or you can do able to dropship product from China over here. But one thing that I don't recommend to dropship that because it's hard for it's longer time and it's harder for people to get access to your product. So I usually I use the dropshipping method first to test out what people love to buy after they make a first purchase on Amazon. And then I test out different offer and see which one has really good sales. That's when I'm starting to bring that into like a whole full batch of that similar product. I either store it in Amazon or I either store it in like a third party fulfillment center to ship it to the customer.
Okay, and so I guess Shopify has some kind of API that will send the order to Amazon and Amazon will fulfill it even though it's not purchased through Amazon.
Yeah. Amazon, I feel like they want to do their best to help you, but at the same time they have to help themselves too. But Amazon, they have one of the largest shipping too. Like right now, they're shipping so many shipment as much as UPS.
Yeah.
And all the other combined too.
They're smart to offer fulfillment then, because for shoppers who want to utilize their sort of infrastructure to ship products, even though they're not selling them directly on Amazon. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely, and they collect information too. So they do the same thing and we do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. And so, if you talk about how you spend your time each day now, how much time is dedicated to mentorship and teaching versus running your stores?
Yeah. So for my different of my businesses, I do have business partners and I do have CEO that run it. But on a regular basis, I probably spend about 1 to 2 hours a day managing like each businesses. I do spend about 1 to 2 hours a day, depending on how urgency and important a certain project is. I still run majority of the time. I still run actively my Amazon businesses, and for the coaching side, I do it because that's what I love to do. It's aside my hobbies, and it's also helped me build a legacy that it can live on by the time that I'm gone. So I'm thinking very long term. By the time that I'm gone, will a legacy that can live on, and will there be the future generation will be able to learn from the knowledge that we share today. So to answer your question, majority of the time still Amazon. I still launching product, I still doing active business, and I show you the number already. And then I coach my student, and I also have a team to coach my student too, because I only have 24 hours a day. But my coaches, most of them are 6-figure, 7-figure, and even 8-figure business owner that in there and contributing to the next generation of Amazon seller and business owner.
Okay, and then at what point did you decide to leave your full-time job?
I would say to leave my full-time job is really come down to when my side hustle starting to out earning my 9-to-5 jobs, and I have 6 months worth of secure funding, because your job will always be there, but opportunity may not be.
Nice. All right, I just have a few other questions for you. So I guess, first of all, where can people find you and find your Instagram, and where can people find your mentorship and your classes and lessons to become an Amazon seller?
Yeah. So my Instagram is Justin Dihuncho, Justin JUSTINTHEHUNCHO. I am very active on my social media because I like to catch up with the news, as well as teach. I do a lot of live stream on there to help people, so many people can get their direct question answered on there, on my Instagram. And I do have a YouTube where I interview so many of our students' success, as well as like other seller failures, and document them as a podcast, the raw truth, the glams, as well as the dings of Amazon, so that people have a full realistic look about this whole business model. It's still the number one platform in the whole entire world, and I want people like you, like people who are working in 9-to-5 jobs, who are looking for freedom, to find a way to reach that, because life is short. your family, your loved ones, they may not be here that long. Same with your parents. We're all dying one single day at a time. Why building your bad dream meanwhile you can building yours? And for you to build yours and to go fast, the key is leveraging ecosystem of Amazon, leveraging their 300 million customer, and offer people the best product and think long term.
That's really awesome. So, Justin, where does the Huncho come from?
Oh, it's a rapper name.
Okay.
You know, from the Beagle.
Okay. So were you a rapper at one time or no?
I love music. There was one time that I wanted to become a music singer, but I started to look into statistic, and a lot of them, like, very slim chance for you to become successful in the music industry. And you know, Jack Ma, he got so rich and then he just created his own music show and become a singer of it. So I'd rather take that approach, make the most money, create a music, like an entertainment company, and be your own singer.
That's a good way to back into it.
Yeah, one way or another.
Yeah, for sure. That's really cool. So I just have a few more questions for you, Justin. I've really learned so much from our conversation. Thanks for being so generous with your time today. Who has had the most significant impact on your life and why?
I would say God did this because he saved me. He saved me so many times because my past life, I was not the same as where I am now. And human like us, every 8 years we change the way we think. We change because our testosterone change, you know. But my very early age, I was very hard-headed. I was very temper. I was like always trying to find something to beat people up. And because I grew up with a lot of resentments. My dad passed away, but so I shout out to God as the most impacted. Like leader for me. He's like my ultimate boss, like the OG right now that I'm looking up to. And second is gonna be even though my father is not here anymore, but I still feel his presence because I am his present right now. So, and I feel like there's a certain DNA inside of me that honor my dad legacy. And then my mom, my mentors, the people that never give up on me. Shout out to Charlie Pham. Shout out to Josh No. He owned one of the largest oral healthcare oral product in the whole entire world, like Snow teeth whitening system. And there's also other mentor that they like to Loki, but I would not be where I am now without their helps. And here's a very simple way to think of it. These people, they already know what are the top of the success mountain look like. And for me, as someone new, I never know what this look like. So how can I get there? It's hard. You need to have someone who know what that top mountain look like to guide you. That is why mentorship is so important. And that is the cheat code to success. Even Mr. Beats say that too.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting too, because a lot of people will tell you can't do it because they've never done it. But I've never met anyone who's had success that would say to me, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's people that are successful and already doing what you want to do. They're the ones that are going to help you the most.
Absolutely.
Sure. All right. So I'm sorry to hear about your father. How long ago did he pass away?
He passed away when I was 13 years old. So it's more than 10 years already.
Okay. And what was his name?
His name is Oanh, O-A-N-H. Yeah.
Okay. And what did he do for a living?
Oh, he was a businessman. And
okay.
There was a lot of lesson that I was able to learn from my mom to apply to my current business. And before he passed away, one of the biggest lesson that I learned from him was that during that time, he sacrificed his health for the family to take care of both of his family. Like my mom has like huge family because in Vietnam during the wartime, and even fast forward now, people still have a lot of like kids. You know, like one family could have like 6 to 10 kids in Vietnam back in the war day. So my dad sacrificed all of his health, all of his mental and peace, just to take care of my mom's side as well as his dad's side, like his family side, to take care of all the auntie, all the uncles. And in the end, he left with his health damage, and then he have to, all the money left have to go toward that. And the key lesson here that I learned is sometime you have to put yourself in a position to focus on your health, because if you don't have your health, no matter how much money that you make, you eventually have to give it to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then your kids, they may grow up without your presence, and they might have some resentment, some you know. So that's what I learned, is put my health first. And that's why in my mentorship program, I make sure that I have a dedicated channel for my students to work out daily. And they have to check in with me daily, because I believe fitness discipline carry over to business discipline. And if they have their health in place, they have more mental clarity, they have more energy, and they can go into war, because business is war, you know? You have to be strong first. And that's why fitness is there for a reason.
Yeah, I like that. I like that attitude, and I love the lessons you learned from your father. He sounds like an amazing man, and you're carrying on his work as a businessman.
Absolutely. One thing that my mom shared is that my dad, he also when during his time, he also like contribute a lot to like the society and the community that he lived in. And same for me. We do have a foundation that has my father's name on it and his business name on it, because whatever I do right now is to honor his legacy. That gonna live on. The foundation right now, we do sponsor children that grew up as an orphanages. We did sponsor more than 63 orphanages students to go to school, and we built about 7 houses completely free for family that has children, because there's a hope right there. And that's how the legacy live on.
That's a really beautiful legacy, and it's a great way to honor your father. Thank you for sharing that. I just have the last few lightning round of questions for you, just to get to know you a little bit better. Favorite candy bar?
My favorite candy bars, oh man, a lot, because I used to be fat. You know that I eat a lot of food, but the one thing that I would say, sweet and sour, like the tiny little sweet and sour candy bears, and then the sour strip.
Okay.
Like I love Spanish sour stuff.
Okay. That's awesome. Do you get to have a cheat day once in a while and have those?
Oh man, I feel like every day is a cheat day, because I use intermediate fasting. I only eat like 1 meals a day, or maybe like very small little meals a day. So I don't restrict myself into, I would say, food, but I eat very selective though. But right now I would say maybe every day when I feel like I eat something, I'm gonna eat something, but then I'm gonna pay for it the next day, or like the moment before. That means let's say if I'm gonna have a really big meals later on, I'm gonna fast for the whole day. Or let's say if I didn't fast for the whole day, I fast the next morning, because we just have to even out. In life, everything needs sacrifices. You want happy now? Make sure that you pay for it later, or pay it before you enjoy the fruit.
Yeah, I get it. I love it. Favorite music artist?
Oh man, music artist, I would say I used to love Taylor Swift, but it's not the same anymore. Ever since I starting to feel like, the Diddy kind of story, man, it's just the whole music industry is just so dark. But I like right now the Hillsong for like Spirit Lead, be when I trust, it's just that water, So that's my favorite artist. But before, I love Amigo, I love Justin Bieber, I love Bruno Mars, I love Taylor Swift, I love Selena Gomez. We Vietnamese, we love like American music.
That's awesome. Favorite cereal?
Cereal? Oh man, I don't eat cereal. I grew up in Vietnam. I came here, so I would say my cereal is. I have no cereal. I wish I had.
Yeah, Mac or PC?
I'm on a laptop right now, so but I love MacBook. MacBook.
Okay.
MacBook, yeah.
Google or Microsoft?
Google or Microsoft? Are they the same or different?
Well, like, do you use Google email, or do you use Outlook and Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel?
Yeah, I use Google email, because I love Google Drive for teamwork.
Awesome. Dogs or cats?
I like both. I don't discriminate. Any animal is like my favorite.
Okay, and this is such an American question, but Phantom or Les Mis? I don't know if you've seen the musicals Phantom or Les Mis.
I would love to study. I would love to take a look. Never seen.
No problem. And last question for you, Justin, before I let you go. What's the worst thing about being an entrepreneur, and what's the best thing about being an entrepreneur?
Yeah. For me, I try to build my life around positivity as well as gratitude, because in entrepreneurship, stress, anxiety, and fear and doubt probably the things that you would have to encounter, because there's no boss going to be bossing you around, and you have to hold yourself accountable, and that often came along. And in the past, I used to think of it as an excuse for me to, like, oh man, I hating this job, like entrepreneur, so much because so much stress. But then the money is there for a reason. The purpose, the freedom is there for a reason. So now I just feel like every day being an entrepreneur is a blessing. Every day able to build, wake up. There's gonna be a day where I don't feel like I want to wake up at all, because like stress, because of project, because of things, just like the tariff situation that happened. I'm like, oh man, but hey, how can we find blessing in disguise? So I don't hate it. I always try to find what are the blessing in disguise in there for me to learn. And for the thing that I love the most about entrepreneurship is learning, meeting the cool people, just like you, Kyle. I love to meet cool people, learn from them, and be able to, I would say, to how can we help each other to grow? How can we serve the next generation, the young kids, so that we can all look up to? Because right now, what you do right now, I promise you, your young grandkids gonna tune in for to this episode, and they're gonna see how awesome you are to do this thing, interviewing the right people, talk about money, the very sensitive topic that people don't talk about in America. So I'm grateful for everything, good and bad. I'm grateful.
I love it. I love those answers, Justin. I've really appreciated getting to know you better and meeting you. That's one of the exciting things about doing a podcast, is meeting so many cool people that are out there making money and running businesses and doing mentorship and helping out in the community. So thank you for being on Make Your Manager Money today, and I appreciate all your time, and I wish you much success in the future.
Same here, and I know for sure that whatever you do right now, just know that I can feel a sense of purpose that you have, and I know for sure that your kids will be very proud of you, as well as your grandkids and your grandkids. They're gonna tune in, and they're gonna be very proud of whatever you do right now. And shout out to God. God did everything. Like millions of people, why us here? Sometimes we cannot fathom that.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and God bless you, brother.
Okay, thanks, Justin. Hey, so you have you done Riverside before?
Yeah, I have a Riverside before.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So